maybe about an hour. This is Mr. Blackhammer 2021. Gonna do my Smackdown review and my AEW Collision review. We will go through everything that happened on the show. Challenge issue, never meet your heroes. My video is sponsored by Solomon the Sound Off, Fightful Pro Wrestling, No DQ, Post Wrestling, and JD from New York. I got more than ways to hit that like button, leave a comment. We're gonna talk about everything that happened on SmackDown and AEW. We're gonna talk about the news and rumors, the teasers, all that. All that we'll be talking head to head on Friday nights. My video, make sure you hit that like button. I got more on the way. All right, here we go. Okay.
Is going to be Damage Control. Bailey, Io Sky, Kairi Sane. We also have Dakota Kai's not in the match, but we have Bailey, Asuka, Io, and Kairi. Charlotte Flair, Bianca Belair, Shotzi, who I say again, which one of these does not belong, and a mystery partner. That was the question. Who is going to be the fourth woman in War Games? Jade Cargill was making appearances on all the shows for weeks and weeks. Raw, SmackDown, NXT, she was everywhere, even some of the pay-per-views. And now she has disappeared off the face of the earth. She would have been an obvious choice. Although, again, if they wanted to give her some time in NXT first, I certainly don't think that would be a bad idea. But she was a favorite going into this. But the name that was floating around for days and days was Becky Lynch. The only question is, how are they going to explain this? Because Becky Lynch is, of course, on Monday Night Raw, and this is a women's War Games match for Smackdown. Not only that, Becky Lynch at this moment has nothing to do with damage. So much like the men's War Games match is very hyper-focused on the Judgment Day, and all the baby faces that have been screwed over by the Judgment Day, we have a similar situation here, but with damage control. So where does Becky Lynch fit into the equation other than they have a major pay-per-view coming up, and they just have to find a way to get Becky Lynch on the show because she's still one of their top stars. They have no spot. Kind of like LA Knight at the moment.
All right.
The match will be
Wrestling Inc. Okada.
I was actually rooting for Pretty Deadly as well, for whatever.
Especially
I
because
thought the Pretty Deadly could have pinned the World Group because I think the Street Profits are in the middle of a weird push with this Bobby Lashley stuff. I will also take the long control if he wants to send me that. I'm not being picky. It looks great. He's back to routine fab watching this as it all goes on. Crucially, watching this normally and not like how wrestlers are supposed to watch TV like this. But he's observing this whole thing. We had a whole bunch of fun that stopped in this match. One of my favorite things was we had Butch as a hot tag and
the end of the show, and somehow she did. Well, it's a good thing she was nearby, I guess. Otherwise, I would love to fly on whatever plane it is that she uses because she made it in record time to the building. But we had another situation on the show, right? So Becky Lynch, Monday Night Raw, makes an appearance on SmackDown, is going to be in War Games. I guess Nick Aldis is okay with this. But we had Cody Rhodes making the most random of appearances on SmackDown tonight in a spot that should have gone to AJ Styles. And for whatever reason, still no AJ Styles back on this show. Now, we've heard that he was supposed to come back maybe a week ago or the week before, but we're pushing it back. He's not hurt. Last time we saw him, he was taken out by Solo Sikoa and the Bloodline.
Exactly.
Carted out in an ambulance. If anybody would want revenge on the Bloodline, it would be AJ Styles.
Yeah.
You would expect that he would be coming out to make the save for LA Knight after the main event. Oh no, you would be wrong. Because there was the American Nightmare of Monday Night Raw coming out to save the day. Now, Jimmy Uso did cost Cody and Jay. the undisputed tag team titles a couple of weeks ago on Raw. Right, did a little run-in their match. That's true. Right, Cody has beef with the Bloodline. You can't say that he doesn't. But yet another, a random run-in here by a Raw star on SmackDown. And Cody Rhodes is already locked in to a feud. He's the captain, basically. He's the team captain of War Games next week against the Judgment Day. And yet he's coming out here to go after the Bloodline.
I know, like,
In a spot that would have made a lot more sense for this other person who's already on the SmackDown roster. No sign of AJ Styles here.
yeah.
But it has me wondering if maybe in the end it will make some modicum of sense, because right now it doesn't. Is there a possibility? It seems remote, but is there a possibility that we will come to find out next week on Raw, next week on television, that in fact, after what we saw this week at the end of Raw Monday night, what we saw here on the show, could there still be a chance that the Bloodline could have involvement in the men's War Games? Now, it looks like the field is set. We have 4 members of the Judgment Day. And the rumor was that Drew McIntyre was going to be the 5th man. We saw Drew McIntyre turn heel at the end of Raw Monday night. Seemed like a lock. Is there a possibility that maybe after what happened on TV this week, Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre, they break off on their own and they have a rematch, the World Heavyweight Championship at Survivor Series. Seth Rollins gives up his spot in the War Games because he's got a bigger fish to fry with Drew McIntyre. So that would leave his spot open in the War Games match. Then you could plug in LA Knight. And on the opposing side, you could put in Solo Sikoa, you could put in Jimmy Uso, or you could put both of them. And so if you have Cody, LA Knight, Sami Zayn, right? We're talking about the babyface side. Cody, Jey Uso, LA Knight, and Sami Zayn, you still have one spot open. That spot could go still to a returning AJ Styles. That spot could go to a Randy Orton. You get your 5-on-5, and you have the Bloodline, and you have the Judgment Day, after all, as partners in the War Games. And then it would make more sense. It would get them a role on the show. But even then, it would like the week before, it would just feel shoehorned into the show. It's just a very bizarre situation here. If that's how it ends up, I mean, they're taking a very weird path to get there, unnecessarily complicated. But I put that out there because I would think that there is still a possibility based on what we've seen on TV this week that maybe we do get the 2 groups together in War Games. Maybe that's the spot where AJ Styles comes back. Get your 5-on-5. I don't know. It seems remote to me, but it is a possibility. But there were other things that happened on SmackDown tonight, too, that we're going to be talking about. There was a great promo from Santos Escobar talking about what he did to Rey Mysterio last week, where he took a pretty stiff shot at old Rey, who's on the shelf for a while, and I'll talk about why that is. I'll tell you what stole the show tonight. It had nothing to do with War Games. It had nothing to do with Cody. What stole the show was a match that wasn't even originally announced. I mean, they didn't announce hardly anything for the show. I went on WWE.com earlier. They had one fucking match announced. That and the return of Solo Sikoa. You would think the guy was gone for months. And that was it. There was nothing else announced for the show tonight. And it turned out to be a match between Dragon Lee and Axiom from NXT that stole the show. These 2 guys went out there. You would think you were watching an NXT TakeOver match. That was the best part of the entire show. And we have new number 1 contenders for the Undisputed Tag Team. We're going to talk about all of that here on your Friday night Smackdown review. It is Friday, everybody. It is TGIF. Of course, we have a big pay-per-view coming up tomorrow night and a podcast on Sunday. So I don't know what TGIF really means to me. Thank God it's Friday. It's like every other day of the week. But it is Friday. It is November 17, 2023. I am the Solomonster. Like and subscribe. Super chats are open, including some new ones in the description down below. We've already had a bunch of them come in. You're going to see them popping up on your screen.
All right, that was the Salamonster sound off. That was his introduction. Now let me talk about the WWE. Now, Survivor Series is next week on the 25th on Saturday. Um, and this is what happened on Smackdown. The show opened up with Damage Control. It's official for the woman. They made War Games official. They challenged Charlotte, Bianca, and Shotzi Blackheart. That opened the show, where they already announced it. And there was a promo between Io and Bailey, and the way how they were talking. They are setting some tension with Io Sky and Bailey and Kairi Sane. I don't know who's gonna win War Games. I think I'm not gonna do my predictions. I'm not gonna do my predictions yet. I will only. I think I'll do my Survivor Series prediction next week since that's the go home show. But yeah, War Games is official. What we saw in the opening show, we also saw it in the ending. After that, we did get a triple threat match with the Three Profit, the Brawling Brood, and Pretty Deadly. Decent match. The Three Profits won. They are the new. They are the number one contender to face the Judgment Day for the tag team titles next week on the Go Home Show SmackDown. Obviously, Judgment Day winning. It's just a match to give them something to do. Judgment Day should not be losing the title anytime soon. Now during this match we did see Bobby Lashley back there with B-Fab. They're still setting up B-Fab to be with the Three Profits and Lashley. And hopefully they have a name. Hopefully they call themselves the Hurt Business. But clearly they're setting up something. After the Profits won the match, we also got a short little scene here with Holland and Bud. They could be setting up a heel turn or something. It's kind of weird not seeing Sheamus with Butts and with Holland. Maybe Sheamus is taking some time off. Is he injured? I don't know. Last time we saw him, he wrestled Edge back in August. But Sheamus have not seen for a while. The Brawling Brutes are a good tag team. They could be setting up something. I don't know. After that, we got Dragon Lee versus Essam. Essam made a debut tonight. I think they said he was supposed to be on Monday Night Raw, but he made a debut on SmackDown. He wrestled Dragon Lee. Very good match. A decent match here. They showed a nice vignette with Essam, and that was it. Decent little match. Dragon Lee wins. Dragon Lee beginning wins. I can see him being in the mid card, or maybe he could be in the OWO. He can wrestle Santos. And speaking of Santos, we did get Santos Escobar. He cut a great promo on Rey Mysterio on why he turned on him, why he did it. He also said that your son Dominic was right about you. And that got the crowd like really going with Santos. He also collided with the OWO. He turned on Joaquin Wilder and Raul. He beat them up. We also saw we also saw Vega in this. She also cried and she also smacked Santos. Oh, and also they just announced Santos Escobar versus Carlito as Survivor Series. So that's 5 matches for Survivor Series. Obviously, Santos are going to win. It's all setting up Santos and Rey Mysterio possibly at WrestleMania. I think that's what they're leading to. We did get Grayson Waller and Cameron Grimes. Cameron Grimes hasn't been used that much on TV, besides in these nothing matches. Austin Theory was on commentary. Kevin Owens, he's still suspended. He's selling the storyline, so he's still suspended per storyline. Austin Theory is on. Next week, Kevin Owens will come back, and he'll be on the Grayson Waller effect. It'll be Grayson Waller, Austin Theory, and Kevin Owens, and that talk show, whatever. This was an okay match, whatever. I think Grayson Waller won this match. I think that's Grayson Waller and Kevin Owens. Also, we did get LA Knight color promo. Paul Heyman came out there with Solo and Jimmy, and he addressed that Solo beat John Cena clean. John Cena is not showing up. Solo got down the middle with John Cena at Crown Jewel 2 weeks ago. LA Knight interrupted. He vowed to make the bloodline cease to resist. Then we got LA Knight and Jimmy Uso. The match was very short. This did not deliver the main event, but it didn't end the show. The show didn't close out like they could. After LA Knight beat Jimmy Uso, the match wasn't that good. It was very short. It wasn't that good. It might have been like 5 minutes. But after LA Knight won, Solo came out, and then Jimmy and Solo gained up on LA Knight. All of a sudden, Cody Rhodes comes out. His theme music plays. He runs out there. Crowd goes crazy. For absolutely no reason, Cody Rhodes is on SmackDown. Why? Why is he on SmackDown? He's on Monday Night Raw. He's in War Games. He's been wrestling the Judgment Day every week. He possibly the leader, or what we possibly the captain of War Games. So yeah. But anyway, Cody Rhodes helped LA Knight repel Bloodline post-match attack. And then LA Knight and Cody stand talk. Maybe after the Survivor Series is over, is Cody gonna now go to SmackDown and finally finish the story? Is he gonna deal with the Bloodline? I don't know. It made no sense why Cody Rhodes was on SmackDown. Don't know why was he on SmackDown. Santos can't wait to battle Carlito at Survivor Series. So yeah. That was on NXT, by the way. Now we know that Dragunov faces Baron Corbin at NXT Deadline in that's next month in December. They're still, I think they're still setting up Dominic and Rick Lee. Oh wait, that was the Monday Night Raw. I already showed that.
Introducing Domino's new pepperoni.
Alright, come on. Okay. Now, I can talk about what happened on AEW Collision. Like I said, after SmackDown was over, well during SmackDown, because AEW Collision was on. The reason why Collision was on because tomorrow is the pay-per-view AEW Full Gear. It's tomorrow. So they did War Games. They did AEW Collision tonight. SmackDown came on. It was live. Rampage was also live. So that's like 3 hours. Here we go. These were the masses on the show, I think. We had Kristen Cage planning to end their career early. We also had Miro and Daniel Garza. We had Widow, Patrick Controlling continues. Wolf the TNT champ. We had a great entrance with the King of the Black Throne. We had a great tag team match. We had the House of Black, Buddy Matthew versus Wheeler. We had the AEW Women's Champ, Cheetah versus TBS Champ, Trish Statlander, Jason Savaya, and Ruby Soho. Oh wait, I think there's still more. I forgot. I think there's still more. It didn't show though. Oh wait, this no, that was on Dynamite. That's the pre-show for AEW Full Gear. Now these are the big matches on the show. Obviously, I think there's more. We have Heyman Adam Page versus Swerve Strickland, a tested death match. Chris Jericho, Kenny Omega versus the Young Bucks. And then we got the six-man tag with Adam Copeland, Darby Allin, and Sting versus Nick Wayne, Luchasaurus, and Christian Cage in a trios match. For the AEW International Championship, Orange Cassidy versus Jon Moxley. For the AEW Women's Champion, Toni Storm versus Shida. For the AEW World Champion, MJF versus Jay White. I think that this pay-per-view is pretty filler, some filler matches. I think MJF will retain. I think Chiefs will retain. I don't know, maybe Jon Moxley might win. I think Omega and Jericho will win. I think maybe Swerve will win that match. Who will win the sixth man? Now, since this is Adam Copeland's first pay-per-view with AEW, obviously Adam, Darby, and Sting are gonna match. It's also enough for Adam Copeland and Christian to have their match for the TNT title. So obviously Adam, Darby, and Sting will win that match. Alright. Anyway, here we go.
Because that match cannot happen in Survivor Series because the reigning tag team champions are Finn Balor and Damian Priest. Finn Balor and Damian Priest are otherwise indisposed. That Survivor Series is going to be locked in a giant cage. Well, can we really say locked in a cage if there's no top on it? Are they really locked in if there's no top on the cage?
Yeah.
Is anybody truly locked in?
Yeah.
So they're going to be in War Games. Instead, they're doing the tag team title match.
I don't want to hear it.
Smackdown, by the way, is back on FS.
Alright, you know what?
People have it on your DVR. It should, I guess, switch over automatically on most DVRs.
One more fight, baby. Let's go.
Alright, hold on.
They let them go out there and grab the crowd's attention simply by having a really great match without much limitations. You know, they were having the type of match that I think you would have seen in NXT or maybe just, you know, slightly handicapped compared to what you would have seen on the independents, for instance. I really like the video that they gave Axiom. You know, that alone, I think, you know, gave you at least some impression of who this person is. But I'm impressed not just with them.
Alright. Alright.
Of a fire, just look it over. I think they're controlling Nikki Cross's mind too. I think that's what's going on. But we're gonna move along back into SmackDown world about this Santos Escobar promo where
So good on Twitter. I wanna go back and watch it. I heard it was so good.
so Santos Escobar, a lot of people haven't seen him work heel properly if they haven't been following NXT. Kylie saying, hello, you lovely people. Wrestling is rad.
Because we have a parallel.
It's been going on for months and months and months. Like, it feels like we're getting this match probably 2 months, 3 months.
Just retain it.
The power is very strong. You know, Cody, Sammy, Jey Uso.
I think that Triple H would do right by. I actually think, honestly, he should be a heel.
All right.
He finishes their sentence. What you gonna do? I don't know who drops out in that.
Moved himself from the LWO here. I really, really liked this, except for the justification being that it was because Rey Mysterio welcomed Carlito back in. That was really like the breaking point.
It's not going to be me. It's not going to be Leah yet. So, what are they going to do? How are they going to explain this? I mean, is she going to just refuse and say, no, I'm not interested? She's not.
Now that was on Dynamite. These are the predictions. I probably shouldn't watch that. Who the hell is the devil in AEW? Based on the storyline, probably gonna wait till the pay-per-view.
Doing it.
Oh, my bad.
So that's
Oh, come on.
He appreciated the offer, but he already arranged for that.
Oh, wait.
oh, I'm not gonna lie, maybe a couple of days ago, but I was version with Redman and Method Man and DMX, and the song, dude, you think I'm bullshit? The song is absolutely fantastic. You just have to start the song about 2 minutes in.
Now, I have never heard that cover. They actually did a cover of that.
Cover, it's a remix, not a cover. I mean, that's an actual remix. That's the best version of the song.
It's Fred Durst on it.
Yeah, but that's what I was getting ready to say. You have to zip forward about 2 minutes to get past Fred Durst's part, and then you get to Redman, Method Man, DMX. Dude, it's a man. Chat, tell him it's a banger, man. When you get past that guy, that clown's verse, the song is a hit.
Man, I'll go listen to that after the stream's over, man.
Bro, I'm talking, man. Redman, Method Man, DMX, dude.
Now, I'm not too familiar with that cover.
Ooh, man. Remix, not a cover. Different. You can't play it on the air.
Whatever. Cover, remix, it's the same shit, man. Come on.
It's not the same. Terrible when it starts. When you get past Fred Durst and bullshit.
Alright. Alright, so here are the news and rumors. These are the news and rumors. The Tony Khan finally in the moan. Wait, is that the only? I think that's the only news and rumor that we have. Cause that was on Wednesday. I did not do AEW Dynamite. I'm only gonna do it tonight. AEW lost their identity. Cody talked Rock at WrestleMania 40. I think I already saw these ones. Yeah, I did. My bad.
Verse, that song becomes it slaps, bro. It fucking goes hard.
All right, I gotta go check that remix out. I didn't know that happened, but yeah, I mean, normally that song comes on my my Spotify playlist, on random. You know, I have it in my best of. It's a banger song. Really.
Red, man, New York hip hop, man. Dude, I love to talk shit and put Chicago over New York. I will not touch New York hip hop, bro. Royalty, man. Absolutely.
What happened with P Diddy?
Dude, oh man, yeah, we gotta. I will, man. I don't know what to say, man. I don't know what to say. I had my suspicions about Diddy. I had my suspicions. I heard the rumors and all that stuff, but this shit makes it all confirmed for me.
I don't know. We're not here to talk about P Diddy.
Man,
I don't really give a shit what happened to P Diddy. We're here to talk about
Friday Night Smackdown, and we're here to talk about AEW Collision. Now, what we're going to do, being that Tony Khan needed to ruin all of our evenings with having Collision on a Friday night, normally nobody wants to watch it on a Saturday night. But I figured it would be a little better on a Friday night going head-to-head with Friday Night Smackdown, a little bit more important going into Full Gear. I wasn't really all that impressed with Collision. I don't know what you thought about the show, Jesse. I know I asked you to be here because it was a one-off Collision on a Friday night. I figured, you know what? Let's get the duo together. Let's talk some AEW on a Friday. There was 3 hours of AEW, 2 hours of SmackDown. I actually double-dipped and watched both shows. I watched SmackDown on the TV, and I watched Collision on my iPad.
There you go, man. I mean, this is the kind of stuff we was talking about over the summer, man. You get a good, the winter's coming in, not as much going on outside. You're hanging out in the house, might want to sit and take in a Saturday evening of rest. It's not that big of a deal, man.
Yeah.
But all the time, especially during the warm days when you watch wrestling 5-6 times a week and you get to Saturday, it's kind of asking a lot sometimes.
Yeah, and it's going to be a long night tomorrow. Full Gear is going to be about 7 hours long. Like it usually is. I know I'm embellishing. It's probably going to go from 8 to 12 like it usually does with that 1 hour, 0 hour pre-show, 5 hours of pro wrestling, and I'm going to be working all day. There's going to be news, and it's just a lot, man. A lot with these AEW pay-per-views, and we're going to try and go over both of these shows the best that we can tonight. I'm going to do, just for the sake of everybody being in the chat at the same time, because I know you geeks.
Yeah.
If I cover SmackDown, then the people that want WWE gonna leave, and then the people that want AEW, if I cover AEW first, then the WWE people are gonna leave. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take this segment by segment. I'm gonna take what happened on Collision first, and then we're gonna talk about what happened first on SmackDown, man. So
Right,
you guys
there
are
you go.
here for the entire fucking show. You ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, there you go. It looks like what we should be covering is last night's Wrestling Revolver show, man.
Yeah, man. It's funny. Shout out to Sami Callihan. I love Sami Callihan. Sammy's a fucking beast. And he that was his biggest show last night for Pro Wrestling Revolver. And I know you commented on something that happened at the show. I saw your tweet at like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning this morning. And the situation was Tony Schiavone said Tony Khan.
Oh, come on.
Out to his old Legado del Fantasma music to explain why he did what he did last week to Rey Mysterio. He attacked Rey Mysterio, and Rey ended up with his leg wedged between the ring and the ring steps. Escobar kicked the steps into the leg. Why did you do what you did to Rey Mysterio? For those who don't know, Rey Mysterio posted a photo on his social media this week. His right leg was fully wrapped, and he thanked Dr. Dugas, who I believe is down in Birmingham, where apparently all the specialists, when it comes to knees and various parts of the body, are in Birmingham, Alabama. I don't know what it is about Birmingham, but if I ever fuck up my neck, I know where I'm going. I'm going to Alabama for the first time. Anybody here from Alabama, maybe you can show me around. That's one of the states I have not been to. I've been to many states on the map. I've been to St. Louis. I've been to some places in the Midwest, but I've never been to Alabama. Hopefully, I never have to go for that purpose. Hopefully I would be there for some other reason. I will be honest with you, though. I don't know why I would be in Alabama otherwise, but if I ever end up there, hopefully somebody can recommend some good places for me to eat. So Rey Mysterio had surgery. He's out now now they said months on commentary. 6 to 8 weeks is about the time frame that Rey is expected to be out. He should be back in time for the Royal Rumble. If not the Rumble, then definitely for WrestleMania. And the inevitable showdown with Santos Escobar on that show. But that would explain why it felt rushed last week. And it might sound silly to call it rushed because they've been teasing stuff with Escobar and Rey going back at least as far as the end of May, right? May or June. When Rey got hurt in their match on television, and then Escobar did an injury angle with him, and Rey took his spot, ended up winning the U.S. title. mean, that's going back many months. But they weren't teasing any dissension. It's not like, oh my God, they've been teasing this for months and months. There weren't a lot of real heavy teases for it on television. So Crown Jewel was really the first time where it was teased. Like, he left the brass knucks on the apron. Logan Paul ended up using them, and that's why Rey Mysterio lost. This is going to come back, right? We're going to hear about this on TV. The very next TV, Santos Escobar lays out Rey Mysterio. That's Rush. Now we know why. Because Rey had to undergo surgery. He had a torn meniscus. He's been wrestling with a torn meniscus for at least 3 months. That is a very painful injury to wrestle on. And he had to go under the knife. And so they had to rush the angle. Were it not for that, I think they would have dragged this out for another month, 2 months maybe, before they did the Santos turn. So we got it last week instead. He comes out, he gets loud boos, loud chants of "you suck," and unfortunately, what chants for half this promo? He referenced the expression "never meet your heroes," and he said that he came from a long lucha libre tradition.
Wait, hold on. See if I can watch it.
For helping that division. She did help that division in her first run. And she was tremendous at it. The entire division was on her back. They brought her in there specifically to build the revolution of women's wrestling, and Ronda was at the forefront of that. The second time around, I don't know what the fuck they did. It was never the same. From day one, it was never the same.
Maybe she was overproduced. Maybe they
All right, let's go back to this one.
Santos recalled Rey winning the U.S. Championship when he deserved it. There it is. What I say last week, I was hoping they would not overlook that. I was hoping that would come
Yeah,
up.
me too.
Because
I'm
that's
glad they brought
really
it.
where you can trace a lot of this back. Even though, again, outwardly, there weren't a whole lot of teases that he was pissed off or jealous or upset. You know, when Rey won the U.S. title, he was right there to celebrate with it. But I said, this is going to come back around. And when the heel promo comes from Escobar, I guarantee you we're going to hear about how you stole my opportunity. You took something away from me that didn't belong to you. It belonged to me. Should have been, like Dolph Ziggler, should have been me. Right? So there it is. And then he said that Rey took over the LWO and he added new members. And he blamed Rey for siding with Carlito over him. Escobar said they were supposed to be like family, like familia. And Rey sided with an outsider like Carlito instead of him. Escobar said all the pain that Rey is suffering is like the suffering that Escobar felt when Rey betrayed him. He said everybody thought he would come out here to apologize. And Escobar said, I am going to. And he apologized for not doing more damage. Escobar said he hoped the surgery didn't go well. And he hopes that Rey gets an infection and that he has to have his leg amputated. Wow. That's a stiff shot. I can't remember the last time in a promo I heard somebody healing on somebody else saying, I hope you get an infection and you have to have your leg cut off. That's a new low. So Zelina Vega runs out. She's nearly in tears. She gets in the ring and she asks what Escobar was doing. What the hell's going on? And he said that she made her decision when she chose Rey Mysterio over him. Then she slapped hard across the face, slapped the taste right out of his mouth. She walked away. Now, here comes Cruz del Toro and Joaquin Wilde. They walk down to the ring. They're in the ring with Escobar. And he asks them if it's going to be the three of them again, just like old times. And they refuse. They can't get over what Escobar did to Rey Mysterio. He said, Del Toro says that was way out of line. So Santos says, fine, you're dead weight for me anyway, and he told them to get out. And they went to go leave, and when they did, he ambushed them from behind, started to beat him up. Until Carlito's music hits, and Carlito comes out. Initially, he was walking, and then he starts to run. And I use that word loosely because I don't know if he's hurt. I don't know if he's got an ankle injury. Maybe he rolled his ankle. But if that's Carlito running, then he should probably just walk because he didn't look well. He was trying to run. He wasn't doing a very good job of it. So I don't know what was going on there. But he came down, he made the save, and Escobar bailed. This was a very strong promo here from Santos Escobar. Thankfully, the what chance
If you have a
dissipated,
problem,
relatively early in his promo, and the more intense he got is really where the chance. You could tell where the crowd was getting into. They were booing him more. They weren't putting him to death. Again, saying that he hopes Ray gets an infection and gets his leg amputated. Look, Escobar is a better heel.
yeah,
So I'm very happy that we're getting heel Santos. I'm not saying he couldn't get over even more as a babyface. I thought that he was going to end up with the U.S. title. I think a babyface Santos Escobar is the U.S. champion. I think he could have done well. But I prefer Escobar as a heel. All the vignettes and everything with Legado del Fantasma and NXT, walking around like the Latin Playboy, like that to me was the Escobar character at its best. So I'm glad that the turn finally happened. I thought that Del Toro and Wild were going to end up with it. We would almost have like an LWO civil war, where maybe Ray and Carlito would be on one side, you'd have Legado on the other. Where Zelina would have fallen in all this, I don't know. But that appears to not be the case. At least for the time being, looks like Escobar is going to be on his own, and I think he'll be just fine without them. I don't see that as a good thing necessarily for Del Toro and Wild. But for Escobar, whether he's part of a faction or not, I don't think he really needs it. But they did announce that for Survivor Series, it will be one-on-one Carlito and Santos Escobar. So that match has been made official. And I guess that we will see if it was all a swerve and Del Toro and Wild end up attacking Carlito and siding with Escobar, which is always possible. But for tonight, anyway, it looks like that's not going to happen. So we had Grayson Waller one-on-one against Cameron Grimes. Speaking of people who benefit from the heel turn. Look, I'm not saying... I understand that not everybody can go heel. If everybody goes heel, where are you going to get your baby faces? But I think we can agree. Cameron Grimes, they're not doing a lot with him right now. Cameron Grimes, as a babyface on the show so far, has just died because he's not the focus. It doesn't help that they don't have a story. He just randomly appears. And I know that Triple H thinks the world of him, right? He was the one who brought him into NXT, and he had a lot of success.
Debuts or storylines. So I'm assuming they have big plans already for Jade. Let's see what they do first, as opposed to just saying what they should have done. Let's see what they have in mind first.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got plans. They're getting ready. I can see the rocket pack strapped to Jade's back from here, bro. They are about to get their money's worth.
Listen, man, if they don't follow what they need to do, man, that rocket pack is going to be out of gas.
Got taken off Smackdown, and he went to NXT. So whatever that storyline was between them, it got dropped. Ever since then, he's had nothing. They have to come up with something. Austin Theory sat in on commentary, and Grimes had control early on, but not for very long.
Please become a member right here on OTS. Go follow everything that we do. Everything you need is on the channel. Videos, extras, live streams, and Jesse and I will be live tomorrow night for Full Gear. We're going to start with Smackdown because, to me, that's where the bread and butter is, and that's where we're going to start. AEW Collision, this is not their night, and we'll get to them after this. Let's start with the open of Smackdown. D-O-double-G, oh, you didn't know? He was actually on the show tonight.
Was he really?
He was on commentary.
Yeah,
Sat next to
Road
Michael
Dogg.
Cole and Kevin Patrick.
Commentary.
I hope Road Dogg takes Kevin Patrick's spot because Kevin Patrick sucks.
I don't remember Road Dogg being all that great on commentary.
Whatever. Road Dogg was great on the microphone.
Was he? Okay. He's good in the microphone, but
There's a problem.
I don't remember him being great on commentary.
I don't know, but Corey Graves is still out. He's at home on baby duty still. So he will be back when he is ready to come back. Road Dogg said Graves and Wade Barrett had a baby. I don't know if he was joking or not. Or maybe it's a typo. I don't know. Carmella.
Somebody.
Carmella. I don't know. I think it was. I think he was joking around. He said Wade Barrett and Corey Graves had a baby. Cole or Patrick did not laugh at his attempt at a joke here. Whatever the case may be, Road Dogg is already wishing making me wish he wasn't on commentary with this fucking lame humor. But out comes Damage Control. Speaking of humorous, Damage Control comes out, and they are now 5 deep. Jesse, we have Asuka, we have Io. We have Dakota Kai, Bailey, and Kairi Sane, the Pirate Princess. This is now the new Damage Control.
Bailey feels like the odd woman out in that.
Bailey is going to be the odd woman out, and they are heavily teasing that Bailey is going to get exiled from Damage Control. Yes.
Okay,
so she was out there with all of her ladies, and she took credit for bringing Asuka to Damage Control. And called it one of the top moments in WWE history. Everything's a top moment in WWE history.
Every week.
She said she's typically humble, but in this case, she was brilliant. She says they are playing chess, whereas everyone else is playing Candyland. I didn't like Candyland. I was more of a Monopoly. As Bailey left, what?
I remember my Candyland days. I used to torment my little sister playing Candyland.
Man, I don't know, man. Candyland, I was never into Candyland. I was Monopoly, Hungry Hippos, which was, I won't even get into it. There's somebody on the roster that loves that game in real life, but I will not say so.
Oh, my God.
What else? Operation and Rat Trap, if you guys remember Rat Trap.
That was too complicated. It was too
Come on, man.
You have to build the board and all that shit. No, fuck that.
That was great. Anyway. Bailey laughed at her own jokes. The rest of Damage Control were imitating Bailey. And Asuka said something in Japanese, and everyone laughed, and leaving Bailey feeling excluded. Bailey was like, well, what are you guys laughing about? I don't understand. And Dakota was actually talking in this scared tone, and she told Bailey that, well, listen. We aren't the new Damage Control, Bailey, because we have not initiated Asuka into the group. So there's one of us here that's not in the group. Bailey was thinking that it was her because they thought, let's all snicker around and make fun of Bailey and let's kick her out of the group. Everybody, that's where they're going with this. Bailey's kind of clueless to what they're doing. As we all know, it's going to happen. You got these 3 fucking assassins here in Kairi, Asuka, and Io. They're not going to stand for Bailey's bullshit. The reason why these ladies are together is to get Bailey out of the group. So that's where this is going here. So they gave Asuka a t-shirt. She's now initiated in Damage Control. Asuka's happy. Bailey says she wants to celebrate. Dakota said Kairi thinks they should challenge Charlotte, Bianca, and Shotzi to find the partner and face them at War Games. So Dakota Kai will not be in War Games. He's not cleared to go. And it will be 4-on-4, whereas the men right now are 5, it looks like, with Drew McIntyre joining the Judgment Day, and it leaves a 5th to be found for Team Cody. So looks like we're going 5-on-5 for the men and 4-on-4 for the ladies. So Bailey pretended like she was thinking the same thing. Shotzi charged out. She came out with her tank. And then Charlotte and Belair joined in to beat up Damage Control. Eventually, Charlotte, Belair, and Shotzi stood at ringside, and all of the heels retreated. So I like the fact that we got War Games kind of officially announced here. Everybody knew where it was going to go. Bailey, the story is here, Jesse, that Bailey is being pushed out of Damage Control because EO is just sick and tired of her fucking antics and her games getting in the way, potentially costing her the women's championship. So she enlisted people that she trusts and she knows more than Bailey, and that's Asuka and Kairi Sane. And that's where they're going with this. So it looks like Bailey might be playing the role of Adam Copeland when Judgment Day kicked him out of the group here at War Games. That's where they're going.
Yeah, that sounds best, actually. And if Bailey is still a heel after all this time, it sounds to me it's time to get back to babyface Bailey.
Yeah.
It's been a while, and her heel run is, as far as I know, the last time I saw, she was, fantastic. She tries to live the gimmick so much, but her fans just love her too damn much.
Yeah.
Bailey is just so fucking awesome. But that group, it sounds to me like it would thrive with Dakota Kai serving as the new mouthpiece, and they don't need Bailey there anymore.
No. Yeah, I was thinking what they do with Dakota. I think Dakota probably is going to end up being a mouthpiece for them and stick with them. I was thinking maybe they move Dakota to Monday Night Raw and get her and Tegan Knox back together, but that would probably bring Dakota down a notch, honestly.
Maybe I think maybe I don't know if it bring it down, but it's something they've already done before, and this could be a better venture for. This is them putting a lot of responsibility in Dakota Kai's hands and seeing if she can step up to the plate, because those three women will dominate any match or any storyline, and they just need Dakota Kai to help sell what they're doing. So, yeah, Bailey can go on to do other shit. Bailey is so talented, dude. She doesn't need a stable.
I think they got this extended run out of him that they weren't expecting. Cena gave them more than he had to. Now he's having surgery on his arms and his elbows. And the strike is over. So now he's going to have all this. He's going to have
In the same group, three of the women's best. They're all Japanese. There's a reason why WWE is featuring Triple H, I should say, featuring foreign talent, and we'll get into that a little bit later because Dragon Lee wrestled Axiom from NXT, and there's a reason why Dragon Lee is being featured as well on the show. It all has to do with what was in the news today, and like I said, it's a very interesting topic. We'll get there when we get there. Shifting over to Collision now. That's the way SmackDown started. Collision started off with Tony Schiavone in the ring, introducing the TNT champion, the patriarch of AEW, Christian Cage. Greatest TNT champion of all time.
doing here in this segment. And if Cena comes back, that has to be the match. John Cena against Solo. But we had LA Knight one-on-one against Jim Uso. These two do not gel well. This is the second or third match that they've had now. Second, I believe, on television. I remember there being some clunkiness in the first one as well. There's always some awkward moment where one doesn't know what the other is about to do. Usually Jimmy, it seems like, doesn't know what Knight is going to do next. LA Knight's matches are pretty formulaic, right? They follow pretty similar formula as far as the spots and the moves that he does. It's not like he's in there doing all this flashy
Just Alice. We have Just Alice. He's also going to be talking about this. There is Just Alice. Well, we have to wait for a while. Yeah, he'll talk about Collision and Rampage. It doesn't say he's gonna talk about Smackdown. He could talk about Smackdown.
To go grab the first thing that he saw, which was an alcoholic beverage.
Oh my goodness. Angel of
crowd was very happy to see LA Knight and to see him pick up the win, so they were pleased with the outcome. After the match, Solo Sikoa's music hit, and he walked back. And Jimmy attacked Knight from behind. Solo dished out a Samoan spike to LA Knight. Solo went over, he dismantled the announce desk, and Jimmy dragged LA Knight over to the desk. Here was the point, right here. This was the moment I was waiting for. I was waiting for the music to hit. Yeah. They don't want none. They don't want none. They looking scared, but they don't really want none. Like, I'm waiting for the music to hit. Here comes AJ, right? No AJ. We hear Kingdom, and out comes Cody Rhodes in his suit, or at least I guess the dress shirt anyway, and his slacks. And here comes Cody, rushing down to the ring to beat up the Bloodline. And of course, it was Jimmy Uso who cost Cody and Jay the tag team titles a few weeks ago. And the crowd loves seeing Cody. Because again, like LA Knight, Cody is one of the biggest baby faces, biggest stars in the entire company, and they were not expecting him. It was a surprise. They were not expecting to see Cody Rhodes on the show. Do you know why? Because Cody Rhodes is a Monday Night Raw guy. So they weren't expecting him on SmackDown, but there he was. And I just thought to myself, what the hell is this? Why is Cody out?
Exactly.
And then the segment just ended. It ended with Cody and LA Knight working together, and then they were standing tall in the ring together as the Bloodline retreated. What the hell was this? So after the commercial, there was a segment that came later on in the back. I thought maybe we could get some kind of an explanation here. Nick Aldis is in the hallway with Cody, and he's saying to Cody, "You know you can't be here. You got to leave." And Cody says, "Okay, I'll leave." And he left. And that was it. That was it. There was no explanation. There was no. Cody had nothing to say. We never really found out why he was in Nick Aldis's office, right? Which was never acknowledged. It was like one of those little hidden backstage things you see in the background, but they showed it on TV. There was nothing. There was no explanation for it. I'm hoping we get something on Monday, but there was nothing. Honestly, this was the laziest shit that I've seen in a very long time from this. I don't know where AJ Styles was. I don't know why they're still holding him out. He's ready to come back. He's part of this storyline. It's right there. And again, I just go back to what I said at the beginning of the stream. Unless we have to wait until Monday, and we come to find out on Monday that War Games is going to be changing. And perhaps we will end up with the Bloodline involved in some way. Rollins and McIntyre end up not being part of War Games, which would be a late change if that was the case. Sounds pretty locked in as far as what the match is supposed to be. But maybe they branch off. They're going to have a rematch at Survivor Series for the World Heavyweight title. Then we have a few openings in the War Games match. That's where you slide in Solo, Jin. On the other side, you slide in LA Knight, whoever that fifth man is going to be. Could be AJ Styles. Could be Randy Orton. If it were AJ Styles, then Randy Orton could be the guy that Shinsuke Nakamura wrestles. Remember, Nakamura has been waiting for someone. He's like Aleister Black back in the day. You know? The man in the room waiting for someone to come knock at the door. Fight me, fight me. Remember that whole storyline? Where'd that go, by the way? That went nowhere. So it could very well end up Randy Orton gets, slotted in there against Nakamura, and it gives him somebody to beat in his first match. That's always a possibility, too. I hope they can make sense of this somehow. This just struck me as very loose. The backstage, Bianca Belair asked Charlotte,
Come on now, enough of the commercials.
Now with Charlotte Flair.
Just for the sake of.
Just for the sake of it.
Okay. That doesn't sound.
So she apologized and said that she wants so badly to kick their butts. Belair said they need a partner. She looked at Charlotte and said she knows someone. In the background, Nick Aldis, he was there talking to Cody Rhodes. And he walks in and says they need to secure a partner for War Games by the end of them. Great. Like, we didn't know who the fuck that was going to be. Street Profits. Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins versus Butch and Ridge Holland versus Pretty Deadly, Elton Prince and Kit Wilson. This was a triple threat match. Winner earns a tag team title match against the Judgment Day, Finn Balor and Damian Priest. Now, this was fun for what it was. I didn't really care emotionally about any of these teams winning per se to get a title shot against the Judgment Day. But at the end of the day, the Street Profits were the only team to win this thing, the right decision, because Bobby Lashley has groomed them as winners. and they should not come off as losers because we've already been through this already with them. So the Street Profits end up winning this triple threat match, and that's the story there. Bobby Lashley was watching backstage, and B-Fab continues to walk up to Bobby Lashley every week, chatted with him briefly. They cut away quickly. Nobody knows what their alliance is. Nobody knows what's going on, what's being discussed. So something is going on there. I don't know. Butch, he mistakenly kicked Ridge Holland, leading to the Street Profits hitting their finish on Holland for the win. After the match, Ridge Holland shoved Butch. So it looks like there's some trouble in paradise for the Brawling Brutes. And Sheamus is due to come back in a couple of weeks. He's advertised for SmackDown, I believe, next week. I don't know where they are. That's one day before Survivor Series. But Ridge Holland getting frustrated here with the Brawling Brutes continuing to be losers. Butch needs to go back to his name as Pete Dunne. I can't wait for him.
I was just
drop
ready
that
to say,
fucking
why
name.
is his name still Butch?
Let me at him. Right here.
Why is his name still Butch?
I don't know.
I don't know, man.
Been like 2
Listen,
years.
man, you don't think after all these months seeing him as Butch that he's not ready for a marquee WrestleMania spotlight? Butch in the main event of WrestleMania.
I don't know. I can't change his name.
I mean, he could have had it changed by
What
now.
I don't know.
right?
What is Triple H waiting for? Vince is not even there anymore. Get with the program.
Maybe he enjoys it.
No, he cannot enjoy it. Butch. It worked in the Vince era. We digested it during the Vince era. Now it's not. Now it's time to shit that out and go back to the beat. Come on. So, Rich Holland. I don't know. Listen, Rich Holland by himself. I can't see Rich Holland away from the Brawling Brutes. I don't even think he's interesting as a lone act. Like, why would you want to tease them breaking up or him being removed from the Brawling Brutes or leaving the Brawling Brutes? I don't know. But at the end of the day, the Street Profits win here. 11 minutes. They win with their finish. That Sky High Spine Buster and Neck Breaker combo there by Montez and Angelo Dawkins, who look fantastic, by the way. Angelo Dawkins looks incredible. Montez put on a lot of muscle. He looks fantastic. And they are getting a match against the Judgment Day. Two heel teams. I don't really know how this is going to work. Profits are heels, and now Judgment Day. Who we cheer for?
That is a weird dynamic.
Yeah.
So I did hear about the heel turn for the Profits. I think we talked about that in text a little bit a while back. How's that going with Bobby Lashley? Where's MVP? Why is MVP not on?
MVP has not been on television.
Is he done?
I don't know. Probably. I know he's an agent or a producer backstage, but he hasn't been on TV. Unless he's with the mighty, you know who.
Is Lashley still working in ring?
Lashley worked Carlito last week. Yeah.
Okay, so it's
They don't have a name yet. The group does not have a name.
okay.
They're just Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits.
Okay. All right.
They're not the Hurt Business. They're not nothing money related.
I tuned in to SmackDown for a few minutes, and I texted you something about who was it? It was someone wanted to speak with Lashley on the side.
Yeah, B-Fab.
B-Fab. How did that go? What happened with that?
No explanation as to why she's now talking to Bobby Lashley for the reasons. No explanation. Couldn't even give you a fucking clue as to where it's going. Maybe she wants Bobby Lashley to go out with her on a date somewhere after the show's over. I don't know. B-Fab is an attractive lady, man. I have no clue.
So okay. So if they teased anything else since that part, with
No.
Okay, there we go. Kind of like
I wish I could tell everybody listening. You guys are probably like, well, are you the professional? I
Yeah,
can't tell you. I don't know where the fuck it's going.
No. Kind of like Thunder Rosa going to talk to Poppy Khan, right?
Yeah, that happened episode 1.
Never saw her again.
Anyway. Backstage, Bianca Belair was chatting with Mia Yim. Maybe Mia Yim would be great on War Games. So what happened, Jesse? After that damage control attack, Michin is not taken out of the equation. She's not going to be asked to be on Team Bianca. So the storyline here was damage control was attacking everybody that Team Bianca was talking to about potentially being the fourth. Wow, man. How long did it take you to come up with that storyline for the show, Triple H, huh?
Look, man, I mean, so this is all Triple H. There's no more Vince involved in creating.
No, we can't blame Vince.
Maybe he has a plan.
I hope so. All right.
So
The announcers then go back to ringside, and they even reacted. And Michael Cole said, "Damage Control wants to get rid of any potential partners."
Still, we're not there yet. As far as
Now, the story here is Miro, every time somebody advances CJ Perry, Jesse.
oh, what?
Every time someone
All right.
Moral compass that he maintains, even though.
So if you like raw meat, like hamburger meat, like just meat, not like big meaty meat, but like lean, slappy meat, this match is for you. Post match was pretty good too. Everyone just had a fight.
All right. That's how this show is gonna end. Sorry for the spoiler, guys, but we're all just gonna beat each other up.
mean-
Jasmine Hawkins chiming in about the
out of a wedding cake.
mock game.
In bed with his wife, also getting caught.
Oh wait. I thought I saw something. Damn it. Alright. I was gonna show y'all some more. You know what? You beat some Shelton Benjamin.
Kick out the holidays with an egg
Hold on.
latte from Honey
There's
Baked.
commercials.
Down Shelton Benjamin. Benjamin quickly tapping out. And it Brock Lesnar tap. Order Buffalo Wild Wings. What you want?
Boneless, no mess.
Oh man, life's messy.
Your kitchen.
My client and I.
Yeah, this dead. Oh wait, hold on. Oh, come on. Okay, so as I was saying, Mike will show you the highlights of Smackdown. Now, I think I went through everything about SmackDown. These were the best SmackDown moments. War Games begins. The man joined the fight in Theater Control and War Games. And that was it. So I think that was SmackDown for now. I think I will end my video pretty soon. Oh, come on. Yeah.
Crest Gum Detoxify works below the gum to help your gums stop bleeding. Crest.
Alright, come on.
In time, it takes to skip this path.
Hold on.
There's never been a pro snowboarder from Ukraine that has made it to the.
You thought I was gonna come out here and apologize.
And that was a great promo. I can't wait to see where they go with this. Hopefully, Rey Mysterio come back from injury and they can do. I think they'll wait till WrestleMania. Now Santa will obviously be called leader at Survivor Series, and Rey Mysterio will be back like 6 to 8 weeks. Hopefully, we get the man probably at WrestleMania.
The Jersey Mike's Hickory box is the easiest way to feed your friends. The hard part. My name is
All right. All right.
I'm gonna tell you what they always tell me, man. If you don't have haters, you're not doing something right.
Not doing something. I mean, he acts like I cooked his wife.
Well, I think I'll end my video. I didn't think I showed you guys enough. I want to show more, but don't know how long it's gonna last. So I think I'll just end the video pretty early. Usually I make it longer. I will do AEW Full Gear. I will do the pay-per-view, and I will go through that. I will talk about the pre-show and go to the pay-per-view tomorrow night. But anyway, hit that like button, leave a comment, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for watching my review on SmackDown and AEW Collision. Thank you for watching. Now these are my videos that I made. Anyway, I guess I'll see y'all next time.